Hello friends and welcome back on a new episode of Technical Content. I am Shapnil Banerjee and here now I am going to tell you about Li-Fi technology. Actually guys, here in this process data can be transmitted with the help of light. So guys, this one is really an awesome technology. So guys, here in this video we are going to discuss about that. So guys, now let's get started. Actually guys, Li-Fi technology is a very much modern technology, and in this process, as I have told you before, data is transmitted with the help of light. Actually guys, you can tell that this one is an updated version of Wi-Fi. Actually guys, what happens in the case of Wi-Fi, data is transmitted with the help of radio waves. But guys, in the case of Li-Fi, data is transmitted with the help of light. So yes, here the transmission in Wi-Fi happens with the wavelengths, and the difference with the Li-Fi is that here light is used for the transmission of the wavelengths. So guys, here LED bulb or any type of light source is used in this process, and by their brightness the connection, or you can say the transfer of the data, is done. So guys, now if you want to know the speed, then guys, about the result from the result of a number of tests, we can say that the data transmission rate with this Li-Fi technology is almost 100 GB per second. So guys, this one is really a huge amount of data which can be transmitted with the help of Li-Fi technology. So guys, this technology is really super awesome, and guys, as I have told you before, here light is used, and with the brightness, by controlling the brightness of the light, we are able to control the transmission of data. Actually guys, what happens when the light source is off, then the transmission of data is also off. But guys, by making the light source on again, there the transmission of data becomes on, and there the transmission starts. And guys, now if the brightness is low, then there the rate of transmission becomes low, and by making the light source high, the rate of transmission becomes high, and thus we are able to control the rate of transmission of data with light. So it's really, is it not so much awesome? Really guys, this one is very much cool. And guys, there are a number of advantages of using this process. Actually guys, what happens, your Wi-Fi is not so much secured. Actually, a number of people may hack your Wi-Fi, and guys, if they hack your Wi-Fi, they will be able to steal data connection. But guys, here the Li-Fi technology can't be hacked. Actually guys, as the Wi-Fi is controlled with the wavelengths, there anyone can easily hack a Wi-Fi. But guys, here in the case of Li-Fi, as here the data is transmitted with light, so no hacker can hack it still. So guys, here Li-Fi technology is really very much good for protecting your data. And guys, here as the source of its data transmission is light, so here its speed is very much high. As I have told you before, 100 GB per second. This rate is not very much short. This rate is really very much huge, and this data can be transmitted with the help of Li-Fi. This one is a big advantage, that here we are able to transmit such a huge amount of data with this Li-Fi technology. So guys, this one is really a modified technology. And guys, here in this video I have just tried to tell you some basic things about the Li-Fi technology. So guys, now hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed, please drop thumbs up, like, comment, share, and guys, if you are new on our channel, then please subscribe by tapping here. And guys, if you want still watch this recommended video, watch it from here. And if you haven't still visited this recommended playlist, also visit from here. And guys, now thanks for watching, have a nice day, and goodbye.